Racism is learned. Racism is learned. I never could figure out how them birds knew to fly south. It was born in them. It is a part of their DNA. It's a part of their understanding that God placed in them. How does a baby know to suck? Not eating with a spoon, but it's born in them. I wanted to take you back to the beginning where sin entered into the world. And I want to ask you this question that God asked Adam and Eve, but I'll rephrase it for our time. Who told you that there were whites and blacks and Indians and Asians and Hispanic and that there was problems with them? You weren't born with that understanding. Who told you? You learned, and I learned, whatever racism I have in my heart, I've learned it. It wasn't God given to me. It was something I picked up and I learned along the road. It was the media that said stuff. It was people around me that said stuff. And I began to build up my walls and categorize people. And I began to look at skin. And people have asked the question, if we can't get along down here, how can we get along up there? When you think about African Americans, you saw it on the news or you read about it or somebody told you about them. And Caucasian folks and Asian and Hispanic, somebody told you. You weren't born with that inner understanding that these people got problems. If you would sit there in that mindset, every one of us can categorize all five of us and say something that you wouldn't say to our face. You've learned that. Who told you?
We need more relationships among each other. This day can't be a one and done. So I say this day needs to be a one and some. Someone needs to step up and step out and take a risk. Something more needs to happen in our lives so that we can move this needle on dismantling racism. Friends, I can't change my skin color. I can't change where I grew up in a small town called Norwich in upstate New York, a mostly white community, population just under 10,000. With zero experience as a child of being with folks who are different than me. I was a student teacher in a place called Uriah McPhee Elementary School, and I was the only white male in this school of 600 children. I can't change that folks would stare at me and want to touch my hair because I was something different than those children had ever seen before. I can't change that I worked at UNC Charlotte and Elon University as a student life administrator, where I finally started to realize the diversity of folks around me and to celebrate that diversity. Friends, I can't change my past, where I made mistakes. I can't change that. I can't change that I didn't speak up for someone when I should have spoke up for him. I can't change that I remained silent when somebody was being made fun of, when a racial joke was being shared, when somebody made a comment that was not becoming of me being a follower of Christ. I can't change that. And friends, you can't change your past either. What I can change is starting something new now. What I can change is that I want to be that someone desiring to do something more for the communities of which I've been called to serve. I need to make efforts to be in relationship with people who are different from me, who look different from me, who talk different from me. The best way for me to better understand my white privilege is to be a lifelong learner and to listen more and talk less. I need to stop at the library and grab that book called White Fragility, or Waking Up White. I need to watch Racial Taboo and then engage in conversations with others.
Things have not changed like we would like to think they have.
At one point we had KKK burned a cross in their driveway. So that's frightening. something offensive without meaning to. And I don't know whether to say black or African American. I always feel like I'm going to offend somebody either way. Or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, it
Not
doesn't matter to me, but I guess I'm a little bit worried about saying the wrong thing. But I came up with a black lady, and she had done something cool. I can't remember. And I said, "You go, girl!" And then I thought, "Oh, is that demeaning or offensive?" It's what I say to my sisters all the time. So I feel a little bit guarded, I guess is the way that I would say. And I don't like that feeling. So I like this place, to be honest.
The black speaker, when he was talking about saying, I have a white friend or I have a black friend, why do we have to put a label on it? And that's something that I have caught myself with. I have seen a massage therapist on a monthly basis. She is black. And so I have justified it to myself if I tell people or suggest that they go see her, that I'm just preparing them so that they are not assuming that because I am white that I would be seeing a white massage therapist. So I would simply say, well, she is black. And until I started doing some of this work, it didn't dawn on me, why am I putting that label? This is my massage therapist, this is where she is, this is her number. You can find out for yourself. But I catch myself doing that more often than I want to. Why? We are. It's hard to look at all of us and just go, oh, human being, that's it, child of God, that's it, and let everything else fall into place.